Hello everyone, Lit here, and in today's video I want to talk about Blight Ravaged maps. I do Blight Ravaged map before, like a few leagues ago. It's pretty good, so I want to see like how it's going on this league, and also because I'm bored. And let's begin with the setup. So for the maps, I'm doing T14, 15, 16, so I'm not really choosing the tier of the Blight Ravaged. But I do have quite a lot of Crimson Temple and Divine Cathedral, and that's because I want to see if I get any card at all, because in this setup you do have quite a lot of quantity, so possibility for card drop is actually pretty good. And then for the map, we're going to chisel it to 20% quality, and then Arc and Foul Orbs. And the reason why I'm corrupting the map is because of Tainted Oil, and Tainted Oil only can drop from Blight maps that are corrupted. So I think corrupting the map is mandatory because Tainted Oil is pretty expensive. And for the map fragment, we're going to use Sacrifice fragments. So Sacrifice at dusk, dawn, noon, and midnight. They're going to give 5% quantity each. We use 4 of them, so that extra 20% quantity. And for the anointment, because this is Blight Ravaged map, you can anoint 9 times. So the first 3 will be silver oil. This one is mandatory because 1 silver oil gives 80% quantity. In total, it will give 240% quantity. So it's a lot of quantity. And the quantity itself not going to affect the actual drop from the chest, but it does affect the quantity of the chest. The next 3 will be Teal oil, and what Teal oil did is it's going to make the Blight monster spawn faster, so the encounter will be a lot faster. I think without Teal oil, one Ravaged map is like 8 minutes for me, and with triple Teal oil it takes me around 4 and 4.5 minutes, something like that. Sometimes 5, but it's around that range, so it does cut quite a lot of times. If you do not want to go for Teal oil, you can go for something like Palisades or black oil or crimson oil. It's really up to you. And for the last 3 anointment, I'm using black oil. So what black oil did is going to give your chest a chance to get an additional reward. And you can do some other oil like Palisades oil, and Palisades oil makes some of your chests become lucky. And for me personally, I don't really like lucky, but that's because in lucky, in Path of Exile, it will roll twice and it will pick the best one. While additional reward, I mean, you get 2 rewards. So I like additional reward more. And in my experience, additional reward tends to perform better. There is another option like a higher budget than this. I think this is what people are doing, is using 1 golden oil and 2 opalescents, but your cost will go a lot higher. But you're probably going to get a better result too, because 1 golden oil is already give you 30% for extra additional reward, while triple black oil I think is only give you 21%. So technically you will get a lot more loot. But in this one I'm doing triple black oil because it's cheap, and that's make the risk really low. And I think that's all about the setup. Atlas 3 doesn't really matter because your Atlas 3 doesn't really affecting the Blight Ravaged map. So after doing 100 of them, this is the loot breakdowns, and I do change the table a little bit just to make it a little bit more compact. And I will have 2 pricing over here. I hope this is not confusing, but the auto update one is basically just a price that I'm using on PoE Ninja, so this will be updated all the times. And the bulk price is basically the price that I buy all of this, and then the price that I sell all of this, or if I'm not buying that, this is the price that I found on the trade site. For the Blight Ravaged map, I put 15C, but in reality I really don't pay anything for the Blight Ravaged because I farm it myself. It's pretty easy with the new scarabs. I think it's a Blight Scarab of Blooming. It's pretty easy to farm the Blight Ravaged map. And that's make the total cost is 103 divine for the PoE Ninja price, and for the bulk price is 129 divine. And the total income, as you can see, this is the loot breakdowns, but the total is 189 for the PoE Ninja price and 211 for the bulk price. And the profit is pretty consistent, pretty close. The auto update one is 86. For the bulk price is for 82 divine. And for the bulk price, I also put a date over here. So it's 2 June, so it's a few days ago. The price probably already changed a little bit, so I should set to include it too. For the loot itself, this is a breakdowns. The big money will come from Tainted Oil, is 4 divine each. Me myself, I'd sell it at 4.4. Tainted Oil is not exactly a common item, is pretty rare, so there's no reason for me to sell it for 4 div. I sell all of my Tainted Oil at 4.4 divine, even though it's not a bulk sell. The problem with the oil, like something like Tainted Oil, is it does very expensive, but Most of the time you will sell it one by one, and for me myself, I sold all of them at 4.4. So the majority of the profit will come from the oil, and I also get quite a lot of divine raw divine. I get 30 raw divine, and you get ton of chaos orb, ton of stock decks, ton of maps. I don't include the maps. There's a few things I'm not including here, like the fracture item I get over here. I think I sell like all of them already. It's pretty easy to sell. Some of them is pretty easy to sell. And I think I get like 20 divine from all of this, but I'm not going to include inside this because the fracture items, you're probably going to get quite a good one, but it's not exactly common to see these things. And I'm also getting one fight one here and some scarabs, and all the scarab that I pick is scarab that are quite expensive because I'm not picking cheap scarabs anymore. And you also get quite a lot of scarabs, so scarabs also can be additional income, like probably few divines. And you're also going to get quite a lot of essences, but it's probably not a big money because with the new scarabs, essence is basically very cheap this league. Even the deafening one is not really that expensive, but I think you still can squeeze like few divine out of it. I also not including fossil here, but you also get quite a lot of fossil. Fossil I think is also still pretty good money. You're still going to be able to sell it for like few divine. I don't think it's that hard to sell it for a few divine. And we do get 2 7 years bad luck. This is also, I'm not going to put it into the profit because I don't know how many 7 years bad luck you're going to get. But seeing this, I get 2 7 years bad luck. It seems like a good idea to actually target farm only Crimson Temple or Defiled Cathedrals. And for the bubblegum currency, I'm only looking at the big one. You're probably going to get a lot of stuff, and this is what makes the Blight map is very good early on. Like I'm talking about week 1. Because you get a lot of alterations, you get a lot of scours, regret, I'm making, that kind of stuff. You get a lot of them, and early in the league, especially we're talking about week 1, all of them sell really well. So it's a very good money early in the league. But at the end of the league like this, I mean, 80 divine from 100 maps is not that bad, considering this is also one mechanic that you can AFK. There's a build that actually can AFK this particular content. My build cannot. I'm too squishy and I don't have access to minion aggressive. The only minion that are aggressive on my build is the golem. So I'm not exactly able to AFK. I mean, it's kind of like semi AFK because I do need some tower near the pumps, but after I build that tower, I just leave it. It's pretty much AFK after that. So I think that's conclude the video, and this is the rule breakdown from Blight Ravaged. If your build can do it, especially if you can do it AFK, I think this is pretty good money. And considering how much stuff you get, you actually can squeeze quite a lot more than what I show you here. So if you like the video, consider like and subscribe. That will help the channel a lot. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next one.